1 hour after people, oil refineries and chemical plants all over the world are still pumping out the lifeblood once used to power cars and keep airplanes aloft. Thick plumes of steam billow out from the dense cluster of refineries situated along the Houston shipping channel. In the time of humans, 1/5 of America's oil production passed through here, helping to feed an insatiable demand for fuel. Every day, the United States consumed 20 million barrels of oil. That volume is equivalent to the water held by over 40,000 residential swimming pools. Everything seems to be running smoothly. But suddenly, alarm bells ring. Without people, the oil refineries are in trouble. There's a problem in the reactor, a tall column that helps break oil down into gasoline. Each refinery depends on storage tanks, some holding as many as 20 million gallons of oil, to feed the reactor continually. Just an hour after people, one of the feeder tanks has run dry.
When the tank goes empty, the conditions inside that reactor just go chaotic because it expects to have continuous flow. In order for these reactors to work, you have to heat the oil to hundreds of degrees or maybe 1,000 degrees.
But without a fresh supply of incoming oil, the reactor turns the entire refinery into a ticking time bomb.
In a life without people, there's nobody to react to that. And so the temperatures could escalate up to thousands, tens of thousands of degrees.
But the reactor isn't entirely empty. Deadly gasoline vapors designed to burn only inside a car engine linger. Runaway temperatures rupture the reactor and create sparks. The fumes explode. Fire rushes through pipes connecting to a holding tank filled with already refined gasoline. It ignites. More sparks and heat ignite another tank. And then another. Within seconds, the entire refinery is aflame. In 2005, 15 workers died and another 170 were injured at an oil refinery in Texas City when unmonitored gasoline fumes found an igniting spark. In a life after people, there's nothing to prevent these refinery explosions.
You can have a fire in one refinery and another one half a mile away, and then those could lead to other fires in those refineries. So they happen one at a time, but once they start happening, it just increases exponentially.
The fuel that once propelled mankind around the world now fuels a seemingly endless inferno. Three days after people, a former house pet in central Texas is in trouble. This dog is a breed known as a Lacey. It's not an ordinary pet. Part sighthound, part shepherd, and part wolf, a Lacey is a born problem solver. Gifted with a sharp nose, she's able to sniff out any people food that may be left behind. Outfitted with a slim, athletic body, a Lacey dog has no trouble leaping onto a countertop. She's finding the last scraps of food in the house. With her options dwindling and stomach growling, her basic instincts start to kick in.
The first thing on the menu is going to be house cats, because they're going to be plentiful, and they're not real smart. You know, so they're going to hang around. And I've never owned a good Lacey dog wouldn't kill a house cat. So it's going to be pretty easy pickings.
While neighborhood cats provide meat, the Lacey scrounges for water wherever she can find it. An outdoor dripping faucet throws a lifeline to man's best friend. But once the tap stops dripping in central Texas, the Lacey faces a decision.
Lacey dogs were bred to work in the high heat, but they do have to have water. I think their first objective would be to find a good water source.
Without food or water, her former owner's shelter is useless to the Lacey.